2024 Australian Open Day 7 is about to get underway and we have a massive day lined up for you. It's women's fours action here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club and we are very much looking forward to it. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful day and plenty to get through. First off this morning, we've got Heidi, Finnerty, Colleen Johnson, Berlinda, Mathers, and Kristina Hotson up against Claire Sanders, Lisa Brannan, Linda Warburton, and Lisa Featherby, the Victorian WA combo. Very much looking forward to this. Joining myself, Val Verbo, for this matchup this morning is the one and only Nick Hind, who joined us. Actually, no, you're not the one and only. There's an AFL player called Nick Hind, but you're the main one.
Thank you, Val. Lovely to be here again. Lovely to see you here. A beautiful morning here at Broadbeach Bowling Club. Welcome to you, welcome to the viewers, and welcome to, alongside me, it's Michael Sorensen again.
He's back.
What can I say? You just can't live without me.
I really can't. I need you to hold my hand through this process. Of course, we've had a couple more gremlins this morning, but Lachlan Williams has just come in on his day off. He's literally just clicked his fingers and things have started working. Hopefully we have the same scoreboard as the first two sessions yesterday. No issues there. We have workarounds if need be. But very much looking forward to this. And Nick, you've got some breaking news about the team lineups and how they will go together this morning.
Yes, so the Mathers team, there has been a change in the order. So Kristina Hotson will be leading. That's the mother of Mia Hotson, who many will know as a New South Wales junior. Colleen Johnson playing second, Heidi Finnerty playing third, and Belle Mathers will be leading. So a little change to the advised order that was in on Bowls Link, but it looks to be a good team and it looks to be a great game because, of course, Lisa Featherby should be very well known to our audience, has a long-time state player and lots of talent to be seen across the green, across the rink today and here on Rinkside Live.
Yeah, former number one ranked player in the country, Lisa Featherby. Very, very handy.
So we're just seeing the end of the trial ends. The bell will be going, the hooter will be going in 40 seconds' time, Hollywood. What do you reckon is going to happen for us today?
Well, I'm hoping we'll have some really close and thrilling matches like we're having for the first 6 days of the tournament. The weather looks like it's going to stay perfect, as it always is here in Queensland, and good calling for all of us, I hope.
You say perfect, but yesterday there was a few people grumbling about the cold.
It was
and the
cold.
Wind.
And he's from Victoria.
It was cold.
My goodness.
You can call me soft, I don't mind.
Soft.
I don't mind. If it happens to be soft, then so be it. I'm soft. But
What are you going to be like when you go home on the weekend for the football?
It's going to kill me.
As the hooter goes off to commence play?
It is going to be absolutely brutal on Saturday, which is tomorrow. 22 degrees up here on the Gold Coast. 13 the top in Melbourne. Richmond better win. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, geez, it's going to be a long weekend for you, I'm afraid.
I'm sacrificing some really good sun on a day off up here to go and watch them. So
at least you get to see your partner.
That's true, yes. Dad's coming as well. Haven't been to a game with Dad all year, so that'd be nice. This is section 14 this morning. It's going to be a very, very, very interesting affair.
As the first ball makes its way down. And again, the greens are running superbly.
Yeah, credit to the green staff at this club and all the clubs on the Gold Coast, as always, for the Australian Open. It's such a massive event to have 14 days of bowls, and particularly for the clubs like Broadbeach and Helensvale, which really get a lot of traffic on them all the time. To have the greens running as well as they have, we saw some
slips past.
Saw some great contests yesterday, and straight away we see the girls have just running through. Breeze coming out of the north this morning, which is to the right-hand side of your screen, viewers. We had a breeze largely out of the south and the west yesterday, which
we didn't enjoy.
We didn't enjoy as much. No, it did get, even for those of us that come from Jindabyne, it was a little bit cool.
I was nice and warm in my hoodie at home watching YouTube.
In your hoodie?
My hoodie.
Very nice. Is it a Broncos one?
No.
What colour?
I chose the blue one yesterday.
The blue one?
With the cats on it.
Are they your cats or?
They're pretty much on us all the time, our cats, yes.
Sounds as though you've got a selection of these, Hollywood.
Yeah, we've got a few woodies. My partner is right into them, and she's got me hooked on them as well, especially at this time of the year. Very comfortable.
What, when it's only 20 degrees outside?
As soon as it gets under 20 degrees, it's cold here. Well, here comes a good start. Come on, finish it off. Just pulling up a little short, but possibly the shot.
Yeah, so the West Australian team kicking off here.
Well, Claire Sanders, Victorian.
Oh, is she Victorian?
Yes,
wow.
she sure is.
How dare I?
She's played in the Oz Champs before for Victoria. Up there with Kylie Whitehead, actually. Won the Australian Fours title back a couple of years ago. That same night that the Mount Lawley boys from Western Australia took home the Australian Fours title, and it was one of the more bizarre presentations I've ever seen of a gold medal when Adam Graham got on his knees and asked Clive to knight him.
We've got some characters in our sport, don't we?
We do. And of course, you can go back on BA's Facebook and actually watch that. Got some very talented players on our rink, or on our green this morning as well as our rink. Got world champion Taylor Bruce. She's a few rinks away, playing with Sophie Kurzman, Kate Argent-Bowden and Jessie Cattell. 3 emerging Jackaroos and a New Zealand Blackjack.
So Linda looks to be on a pretty good track here, Hollywood.
Just going to fall short, but it was on an awesome line. Still not sure if it's actually counting. They all seem to be that 3 feet away.
Yeah, well, full length almost. They've taken the mat up, maybe 3 metres, but pretty close to full length first up here. The length set by the Lisa Featherby quartet.
And this looks like it's on a nice line. It's going to run through a little well, or is it going to pull up?
Talking to
that should be shot.
A couple of members of this New South Wales / Tasmania lineup. It's a couple of them have only been bowling for a couple of years, maybe a few months, and they're playing the Australian Open, which is absolutely amazing.
Yes, so a very diverse crew. Kristina Hotson and Heidi Finnerty from Camden in southern Sydney. Colleen Johnson plays at Warilla, which of course many of you would know as one of the hosts of many of the biggest bowls tournaments going around. And then Belle Mathers being a Tasmanian, of course. So friendships formed across the country and all getting together here in beautiful sunny Gold Coast. Day 7 of the Australian Open. Hollywood, how's it gone so quickly?
It's been like it's blinked. Just gone. I mean, I've been commentating. I think I've had 2 days off the commentary, and it just seems to fly by. Getting to see some really good bowls in great weather conditions. But getting back to what you were saying before about some of the makeups of some of these sides, how the stories behind how some of these fours and pairs teams have come into combination is really incredible. A lot of them through other events throughout the country. There's been a few that have played interstate series and got on really well with them, in a match and said, well, hey, let's go play the Australian Open. And here's another story. We've got Victorians, Tasmanians and New South Welshmen playing in the same side. Absolutely fantastic. Just love our sport. Absolutely.
So Lisa Featherby had a really good look there, Hollywood, before she's gone up to deliver this bowl. She looked at about 3 or 4 different ones to see which was the shot. So I think it is very close, and crashing in there, that might be good enough. Although Heidi Camden has signalled to Belle Mathers that they are holding shot. And Bell using edge factors.
Well, that tells me why the line is so tight. But they're even still drawing.
Well, that's ran all the way to the ditch there.
So here's Lisa Featherby. Looking to see she can do more. Bowling to the foot of her teammate.
She's in good territory.
She always is in good territory, Hollywood.
Well,
here comes the jack. No, it's just slipped under. But that should be good enough for shot.
So Nick, are you on deck with us tomorrow?
yes, mate.
Oh, so you're the man that's filling in.
Yes, big shoes to fill tomorrow with the...
No, you got bigger feet than me.
Well, that's okay.
What size are you?
I'll be at 11.
Okay, no,
most.
they are a little bit bigger, 12 and a half.
Just slipping through again, so that'll be one to
the Featherby quartet, we think, but it is a 3 or 4 way go for that second shot there, so they're going to get the tape out and have a look.
Have a look at a measure.
And why not? We saw a couple of massive first ends yesterday in the fours, didn't we, Val?
Yeah, there was a 5, a 3.
There was a 5, a 3, and a 3, I think, the
Yep.
first ends of the 3 games that we saw yesterday.
And then after that, they completely dwindled. I think, did we see a 1 there?
yes.
So only the 1 for Lisa Featherby, but it was her bowl. And she'll get a lot of confidence from that as we head forth. And I dare say that we might be seeing a longer length once again. Now let's see if our scoreboard decides to be kind to us this morning.
Yeah, so for those that weren't tuned in yesterday afternoon, we had just a few technical gremlins, and Val...
Oh, Val's
very
just done a
frustrated.
backflip. Val's just done a backflip.
I've never seen anybody jump that high. He's jumped over the desk.
Yeah, I've actually had to sprint back from the green. I was...
He's done a lap.
Yeah, maybe I can get a late call up for the high jump team or long jump at the Olympics.
So after one end completed, is 1 shot to the team Featherby.
Oh my God, you have no idea how how stressed I was that wasn't going to work. But we're okay. We're good. We're having fun.
No need to panic till you have to panic.
Lachlan Williams is... No, I was good this morning. I knew that I'd followed all the processes, and sometimes it can just be very fiddly. So we got through this morning. Lucky I was here early enough to get sorted, and
Were you here at the crack of dawn again, Val?
20 minutes later than the crack of dawn.
No, a great start there.
Got a question, when am I heading off to watch the match of the century? I'm flying out tonight, back on Sunday afternoon. Looking forward to watching the Tigers and then coming back up to some sunshine. It's been a lot of celebration for Dusty this week. It's really getting the juices flowing. Speaking of getting the juices flowing, we've had some great bowls this week, and you are right, day 7 has come around very quickly. It feels like, I've been up here for a week already, and it honestly, it really does fly.
One thing I've noticed on this live stream rink, that if you don't take your grass line, you do pay for it.
Especially ring 28, Hollywood. We've called a lot of matches this week on this rink. And Nick, you would have seen yesterday from that first match that if you don't take your grass, you get punished.
Yeah,
sometimes if you take too much.
Yeah, Andrew Howie was very big on that yesterday on the call, and rightly so. We've seen that the greens here are running sensationally. There's lots of clubs and lots of members that would be envious of this great surface, but we've seen a magnificent start here from Kristina Hotson. Donk 2 on it straight away.
What I'm loving is that, apart from the bowls, we're seeing a lot of people that we've seen volunteer throughout the week. We're seeing them out here on the rink playing now as well. So they're dedicating, they might not live up here, but they're dedicating their time and dedication to the sport. It is honestly so wonderful just to see everybody getting involved in as many ways that they can. And of course, the volunteers at this event. Andrew Howie said there was nearly 1,000 volunteers in his army.
It's a a great turnout, and it's a testament to our sport and the bowls fraternity. It's just one big family.
Yep. Some towns don't even have 1,000 people in this country, let alone volunteers for 1-2 week tournament on the Gold Coast.
But it's a real carnival atmosphere. People come up here for the carnival atmosphere of the 12 days of the tournament and stay an extra couple of days as well. We have a couple of pre-Australian Open tournaments that people like to play in, and it's great to see that clubs are taking advantage of that whilst there's so many people in town. But the influx that it must build for Tourism Queensland and the Gold Coast City Council is unmeasurable, really. Hence the sponsorship that we get from those two organisations, and we do thank them very much for their sponsorship and longevity with our event here on the Gold Coast.
Yep.
And hopefully many more years to come.
Tourism and Events Queensland, Experience Gold Coast, who have changed their moniker a little bit from Australia's Gold Coast to Experience Gold Coast. Same, very similar logo and same website, but there's so much to do in this wonderful city, and sometimes we don't get too much time while we're up here to do things, but of course we do sample all the restaurants, and I think I've visited everything in Broadbeach by now. Went to Pack Fair last night. Great shopping.
No, we've got everything here on the Gold Coast that you want, and if we haven't got it, well, I don't know what you expect, to be honest. I mean, wow. So much on offer. Theme parks, restaurants,
that's the one
accommodation.
Thing I would have, if I stayed up here for my days off Hollywood, I would have been in the movie world. Would you have come with me?
Oh, certainly would have. It's been a little while since I've been to movie world. I drive past those rides every day and see them and you think, yeah, got to have a crack.
You know what? Next time. Next time, let's do it. Val and Hollywood take on movie world.
Hollywood on the Gold Coast. Back to the game.
Yep. What have we got, Nick?
Well, look, I've been paying attention to the bowls. So it is one shot currently to Team Mathers. The Kristina Hotson bowl is still shot there at 1 o'clock. It was a great effort, though, from Linda Warburton with the orange XG. She's come down and made a good second here. But it's a tricky one to get at, Hollywood, to draw that off. There's a good chance on the forehand still, but it's going to take a pretty special shot because there's only 6 inches to draw. Little trail's okay.
The thing is, it is wide open, so you'd feel fairly confident that you can get in there. It's just a matter of whether you can find that line and weight straight up. Like we've only had the 2 end roll up plus the 1 end at the start of the game, so still feeling it out a little bit.
So Lisa Featherby on the attack on the backhand here. It's a pretty positive line. Probably looking for a cannon here. Orange onto the dark blue shot bowl.
It's not a bad option.
Just slid under.
And when you're playing a little shot like that early in the match, and if you get it, it just gives you that little bit of confidence to keep going. So probably not a bad idea to play that little attacking shot straight up. Whereas
I think that's what she's going for here.
Well, rocked into a reasonable home there, but probably a little bit too quick. I think just a confident draw there for Belle Mathers, just looking to turn the bowl around the corner. Tuck it away from Lisa Featherby.
She might have got a little excited with that first one.
Good morning to you, wherever you're watching from, around the nation or the world. Good morning to you in Perth as well.
Very early in the morning in Perth, Al.
7:16 a.m. in Perth, and hopefully you're watching this while you're having some breakfast, getting ready for work. Tell us where you're watching from around the world. You might even get a shout out on Ringside Live by the dulcet tones of Nick Hind.
So long as you have an easy to pronounce place name, there's a few.
I remember we did that.
Here we go.
Well,
we may have got a little fortunate here. I think there's still one down.
So the finger was in there from Heidi Finnerty saying, we've still got that.
Just moving, or just feathered past, didn't it?
From Featherby. Very clever, Val.
I beat Hollywood to it today.
I wonder whether or not this might go in the pocket here because I can't see. You have to be absolutely millimetre perfect if you're going to make a second here. Yes. The shot bowl is one amongst three.
It'd have to float in like a feather.
Yep.
That's very smart.
There we go. So the bowl got passed from Bell Mathers to Heidi, and one shot.
That's fair.
So 1-1 after 2 ends. Jess Alvaro's tuning in.
She is. What a superstar.
As always, Vince from Leppington, 9:18 a.m. in Sydney. You're in the future. It's only 9:17 a.m. in Queensland. And 20 years ago.
Don't say anything. I'll bring up the state of origin.
We won't be talking about that.
Go Victoria.
Yes, yeah. No, look, it's an AFL call here. Although I don't know. What's going to happen, Val, if Richmond get pumped?
It could very well happen. It's happened a few times.
Are you going to come back? We might never see you again.
I'm one of those people that if Richmond lose by 90 points, I get over it a lot quicker than if we lose it by 5. I'm not good if we lose close games because generally we don't win them. So hopefully we don't lose by a point. That might not send me back.
Claire's on the mat. And again, just all on her speed now because the line's not too bad, but it will hook away late.
Well, it is running uphill there. Val's going to go tidy up that camera. We think it's been bumped, as can happen. Here, so many players around the green.
I was wondering what you were doing.
So,
well, that's certainly a nice wide line. Come in off the bank.
Yeah, not quite. It's not the velodrome that it looks like here, viewers. So, as we say, Val's going to go and tidy that up. But a beautiful morning here for bowls here. And a pretty tidy start. Team Featherby from Western Australia and Victoria against Team Mathers, Bell Mathers from Tasmania and her cohort from New South Wales. Always fantastic to have your company wherever you are watching across Australia, across the world. Heidi in Hollywood here with you. Nick Hind, Michael Hollywood, Sorensen. Val Febbo's going to go and tidy up the camera.
He's being very mindful of the bowlers, not trying to jump out there whilst they're on the mat, which is fantastic. As this bowl slips around the back a little bit.
Oh, look at that. That's better. Well done, Val. Edward James watching from New Forest in southern United Kingdom. Good morning to all our viewers in the Northern Hemisphere.
So I wonder how far that is away from Old Forest. Oh, nice draw shot there.
Good bowl there from Lisa Brannan. I'll leave that alone, Michael. So Lisa Brannan using Taylor GTRs. I can let you know we've got all the bowlers here. Colleen with a set of premiers. Oh, we've just lost focus there.
Okay. So if I take my glasses off, I should be able to see that better. There we go. Makes its way into the head.
I'll give us the wider angle because that's a better shot. And we can see what's going on at the back of the rink there. So
that's Lisa holding shot.
Yeah, Lisa Brannan holding shot there with the GTRs.
This bowl's making its way into the head. It's going to sit the shot bowl. Turned it out. Still a few down.
So Val's back from just adjusting the bias on this green. You've changed the slope.
I have. It's a little better than what it was. But all good now. Might actually have to go give that another little quick change in a sec.
Could well be 3 shots here now to the Featherby team. Really important bowl here from Heidi.
Just going to leave a little high. Gave a bowl a chance. Now, gives them an open draw here for 4.
Good opportunity, that's for sure.
That'll have Bell under a heap of pressure early in the match.
So in the women's fours, there's plenty of sections to get through. There's 40 of them, in fact, which means that there are going to be 24 next best qualifiers.
You're very good with the maths early in the morning here, Val. So,
have you just gone through that while I've been away, or
no, not at all.
You smiled?
No.
And I was like, oh no.
No, 24 next best qualifiers. So look, we mentioned this yesterday, Hollywood, with Andrew Howie. Being in a field this size and having so many next best qualifiers, it does change the way that you can play the game, because one loss isn't going to be the end of your campaign. You can still play and be a next best qualifier. Yep. Make sure that you're finishing in the top 2. So
there's more than a 50% chance that you can get through if you finish second. So more than half of the next best teams in their sections will actually make it through. So even a negative shot difference might get you through. You don't want to have a negative shot difference.
It has happened before. And there's a good bowl.
You are right, Hollywood.
That may have saved a lot of pain.
Yes.
It's the shot bowl. Very well played.
Yes, signal from Linda Warburton. 1 down. The white bowl there at 9 o'clock is number 1. But as you say, Holly, we're still 3 feet to draw. So when we meet next best qualifiers, there's 40 section winners will go through, and the next 24 best teams, whether they're second place, third place in the section.
Finishes this off. It's going to be a great shot.
We'll
well done,
Lisa Featherby.
Lovely draw bowl.
And the fours, we always see, one team that may not, they may not have world beaters in their side, but we always see one, at least in the men's or women's pairs, get through all the way to a final.
She's on a good track as well.
Last year's women's pairs final was a brilliant encounter. That was between Lara Butler, Olivia Cartwright, Caitlin Inch and Chloe Stewart. They took on Ellen Faulkner, Ellen Fife, Brianna Smith and Kristina Christic. And it was the Caitlin Inch skip team that would have the upper hand. And they looked like they were having so much fun out there. I don't reckon I saw any of them stop smiling.
They're all good friends too. I mean, at that level, they're all a very high standard calibre of bowls. They would have played against or with each other a lot. That's as we saw on that game of pairs with mum and daughter and grandmother and granddaughter.
That was brilliant. Well, Anda Punchuat actually won all 3 of her matches in the singles to get through.
Current South Australian singles champion.
No, that was her mum. Yeah, and she unfortunately bowed out, finished second in her group. Didn't get through as the next best. So let's see what the total is here, Nick Hind.
I'm thinking it's just the one. We don't often see the ladies do that.
So just one to Elisa Featherby Quartet. They lead at 2-1 after 3.
It's a good bowl from Bell. She was in a fair bit of pain there, and she drew the shot with her first.
Yeah, going probably. Yeah, that was second shot, but we favoured that the Featherby quartet had 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So very important. Great to see so many people tuning in. We've got nearly 1,000 viewers already. Go Team Feathers from Mandy streaming to the to the board in my Year 5 classroom. What a good class to be in.
I know. What a cool teacher, getting to watch things during class.
It's probably the only time that she's allowing him to watch YouTube.
Yogi saying good morning and go the WA girls. Bev Doherty watching from Wellington. Denise watching from Fig Tree in Wollongong. Great club Fig Tree Sports has hosted lots of events for Bowls New South Wales in recent years.
Claire just drops a little one short there, but online.
Paul Mack, the CEO at Fig Tree, one of the best operators in the game. So 2 shots to 1 here. Team Featherby over Team Mathers. Both squads sort of feeling each other out so far. Hollywood not.
As you'd expect in the first game of a tournament, you just want to. It's more intense in that first game because everybody's starting on the same foot. Everyone's on 0, and all wanting to win that game and get their campaigns off. Like
the start of the football season, everybody's on the same amount of points. Good bowl here.
That's a very good correction.
Really great bowl, and Lisa Featherby. Thought she was reaching for the hat, Hollywood, but she's a hard marker. The hat didn't come off.
Just getting the chalk out of the back of the hat.
Keith Taylor watching from Turkey. How many times have you ever thought about going and playing bowls in Turkey, Hollywood? Might
Not
be
too
the first. Mary watching from Laguna Beach, California. Now, that's a nice spot to go.
I could probably put that one on my bucket list.
So that jack movement has seen Belle Mathers ask Lisa Brannan to try the other hand. So coming on the backhand now. Val's just gone and adjusted that camera just slightly for more. So when we go back that way, you'll see absolute best picture.
And again, we notice if you don't find your line, it is very critical.
You do get punished here, don't you?
You do. You really do. Lisa sends this one right out to where it needs to go. Coming along very nicely. The Featherby quartet taking control of this length again.
Yeah, you feel as though they're just going to continue to probe and ask the questions of this Berlinda Mathers team. So good seeing so many different colours out here and so many different clubs, and of course people with their they've got the Taylor Bruce team over there. They've all got matching kits on. Absolutely fantastic.
Again, just missing that line, but her own bowls to run into. That's for the Belle Mathers side of really in a bit of hurt here at the moment. We need a really big bowl here from Heidi. And I'm not sure if she's got enough grass on this one either. But if she's got good speed, she could get a result. Turn hard onto those, get an edge. Oh, very fortunate, and has taken away, or just fallen out. But a bit of a deep breath now as they've got that back to 1 down from 4 down.
Yeah, really improved the head. Very, very important bowl there. I mean, did get a little bit lucky getting a ride off the black bowls of Lisa Brannan there. But
I was always told luck only starts when you reach the head. So Just going to duck across as well, but that nearly sat the second shot. That was
getting very swoopy on that hand already, Hollywood. So we'll see here. Heidi from Camden Bowling Club in southern New South Wales. Throw that out in a slightly wider line. She can afford to be a bit more positive though now with that bowl of hers in the head, and she's on.
Here it goes again. Gets to there and it just takes off. Still going to get a good result out of this again. Yeah.
Well, those black bowls are helping out, but she's finishing a good home there. She got past the head. That'll give Skip Bell Mathers a lot of confidence. So Camden Bowling Club, many of our viewers might not be aware, but they really struggled through the floods. The club was flooded 3 times during the New South Wales floods. The greens were underwater. The clubhouse was inundated. They got very good at moving all the furniture upstairs because it flooded 3 times. But they've come back, and they've come back really strongly, and it's great to see them up here representing their club at the Australian Open.
Yeah, it's when you see clubs that go through that type of adversity. I've got a club up here, Jindalee, that's been flooded several times. But they've put a lot of work into making their club flood resistant. Can't make it flood proof. But I went and visited them the other day and I was so impressed with what they've done. The flooring is all non-slip painted on now. But their bar and their cold rooms, they're all removable. So as soon as they get the word that something's going to happen, they can just pull a flatbed truck in and they just roll all the temperites and kegs straight onto the back of a truck. They pull their fridges out, roll it straight into the back of a truck, drive it away. Unbelievable.
How good.
Got I think it was a 5 keg or 6 keg temperite that's movable. Absolutely incredible.
How many kegs did you take home with you, Hollywood?
No. While I'm on the job, I'm well behaved. I have been tempted, but no, I hold strong. Here we go. What's happening here?
Well,
Sit that bowl out. Oh, that's a very good bowl.
Made a cracker there.
Whether it's bought the front ones in or not, I'm not sure. But boy, oh boy, that was a really good bowl.
Made at least 2. Now, so we saw the first bowl from Bell Mathers just run past. I think she's entitled to keep that sort of weight, though. You know, get to the jack, can get one of those bowls out, or sit and stay to make shot. She just ran perhaps 2 metres through the head, so just a little bit of a subtraction of weight. Bell's going to give us the wide shot here.
Tell you what, this isn't too bad a line if she has got that same weight. Oh, she's dropped her weight and it's going to turn away.
Yes.
Just shows you how much turn is on that green with edge factors, and they're still swooping across the head. It's 2 shots as it stands at the moment.
Got a message here from Maurizio Cadavid.
And 2 only.
When I come to Laguna Beach, apparently, I'll extend the invite to Redlands Lawn Bowling Club. We might need to take a trip up to Laguna Beach, the 3 of us.
Well, no, the invite only says Val. So poor old Nick Hind and
Well,
Michael Sorensen.
I'm going to bring them.
I'll go in the suitcase.
I'm bringing them.
I'm foldable.
I'm sure Maurizio won't mind getting a few people up. That'd be 2 more to this Lisa Featherby combination. They lead it 4-1. But no, it'd be great to go see some of the bowling clubs around the world and have a look. Because obviously, you know those bowling stronghold countries: Australia, England, South Africa, Canada, Malaysia, New Zealand. Ireland as well, Scotland, of course. How can we forget Alex Marshall?
Featherby watching that one intently as it comes down and gutses the jack.
Taxi.
Well, it's gone for a little ride there, so we're right back near the ditch. So that is the ditch at the very bottom of your screen on the other picture.
It's well timed, Val.
That's all right.
See it in a sec.
I'll see Kristina Hotson now.
Here we go. Maurizio says, the more the merrier. So if you two want to come to Laguna Beach with me, maybe we could start our own version of the OC or something. I know that was in Orange County, but take Hollywood to Hollywood. But no, it'd be great to see, you know, a lot of these different countries and their bowls clubs. Obviously, America's really starting to take aim. They had Ann Nunes win the World Champion of Champions last year here at Robina, which was an amazing story for her and Dan Salmon taking the title. That draw included Karen Murphy as well for Ann.
Here's another good start. Bit of Jack envy here.
Well, not content with moving the Jack back, she's gone and put a front toucher on there. Claire Sanders, that's a pretty handy bit of leading.
This is why she's an Australian champion, gents.
And a Victorian.
Well, we can't hold that against her. But no, that's perfect leading as far as Lisa's concerned. She'd be very happy with that.
Kristina's just overcorrected there. Always very easy to do. As soon as there's a toucher on the front, it's very easy to play a little bit too quick. Get a little bit excited. Lisa Featherby calling for something around the back. So going to play the forehand. Doesn't want to cross the line.
It's just going to be interesting to see how far out she's going to have to throw this.
Well, we saw a few yesterday where the Jack was out near the boundary peg. And
well, this is up.
Yeah, bowlers needing to be very conscious of what was going on the rinks next door, because there's that much draw and the Jack's out wide. So important bowl here. Colleen looking to get into the game.
Well, she's got to play with enough weight to try and disturb the head, but then still keep a bowl on the green. It's going to cut across pretty drastically here.
Well,
that's a massive help. A big stroke of luck, but certainly does help the Mathers side.
Michael Shingles just querying the bowls link listing for the team, and yes, that has been amended. I did see Tasmania somewhere, but all fixed up. Very much looking forward to seeing how this day ends.
Well, that is perfect. What a bowl. Perfectly placed. Couldn't have walked up there and put it there. Well, you could have, but the umpire might have had something to say about it. Have you given your bowl a chance? Still holding. There it goes. Once that weight comes off, it just turns away.
That's a pretty fair effort, though. You know, we are going full length and beyond full length now with the Jack back. You know, probably halfway between the tee and the ditch. So with that back bowl, we can see there's the black GTR of Lisa Brannan at the back of the rink now. So the WA team can afford to play this with confidence, because any Jack movement is going straight to them.
This looks fairly well grassed. This is coming in nicely. Just a little bit too quick. As you said, Nick, she can play that with confidence. Maybe not quite that much confidence, but I mean, she can sit there, the opposition bowl out, or she can, as you said, roll the shot bowl onto the Jack, which is a toucher, and remains live if it stays within the confines of the rink. And there's a bit of weight being played here.
So tomorrow,
gonna rely on a bit of luck here. Oh, and gets a toucher herself. That's actually not a bad result.
Well, I think the call was to play with enough weight there to potentially get a kill, Michael, because the New South Wales side does have the respot. So 15 ends is the contest. No dead ends. Respots are being played here at the Australian Open in all formats. Does bring another element into the game. I know it's not everyone's taste.
Now, gents, have you had a look at the women's singles draw?
I have had a quick look at it.
Oh, there's some good matches, and that is what is on the way on Rinkside Live tomorrow here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. Women's singles knockout rounds. A couple of really good matches.
What a shot. That has taken the second shot out, and now the Featherby side has 2. But again, nothing for short here for the Mathers side. They can still afford to arrive. Their bowl is fairly safe where it is at the moment.
So we'll see what Heidi can do here. She can still afford to play positively. It's only 1 down at the back of the rink. She's 2 down currently. On a pretty good track here, Hollywood. Does she have the legs?
I don't think so. I mean,
well, you have to be up when you're down, don't you?
yeah, I think she might be a little disappointed with that one. The line was good, just needed that bit of extra weight.
Now, Val, what's the highlight game for you tomorrow?
Well,
women's singles.
I don't know, so I'm not sure which ones we're streaming as of yet, obviously. So stay tuned to BA's social media channels. We'll communicate that tonight. But there's some good matches here. Lara Butler taking on Jasmine Smith, the sister of Brianna. Very handy bowler in her own right. Cass Millerick against Marie Gibbs. There's a big match between Kath Greenslade and Alan Faulkner.
Those two that you just previously mentioned have both played in the Australian Open final singles.
Yep.
Maria way back.
Yep.
So that should be an absolute cracker.
Cannot wait to see what happens there. Alan Faulkner, Kath Greenslade. There's a chance that Alan Faulkner and Lindsay Clark meet in the round of 32.
Wow, wouldn't that be a contest?
Which is going to be brilliant. And as you continue down, Chloe Stewart versus Jen Delves, possibly for the round of 64. That's going to be at Musgrave Hill tomorrow. Sophie Kurzman up against Anna Panchawat in the second round, possibly, should they get there. Amity Bickley up against Sarah Boddington. That's a big first round match.
Well, Amity Bickley has one of the young stars of the game.
For sure.
And Sarah Boddington, who's won everything in New South Wales.
The match of the round that I've noticed here, and Dorothy Yu against Ellen Fife, that'd be a really good match. Hong Kong versus Australia. But where is it here?
Sorry to jump in here, but there's a real opportunity for Bell here on a forehand. She can draw up there. She's got her bowl over here to the right. Any movement of that jack is probably going to be very good for her. And she's tracking extremely well. Just going to get down in time. Ooh.
Well.
What's that done?
That's chipped the red bowl across of Colleen Johnson. So, Lisa Featherby going to stretch her legs going back up the green.
Sorry about jumping in there, mate. But
you can do what you like, Hollywood.
Well, there's a couple of bowls to come. We might hear some more about the women's singles after the conclusion of this end. Because I'm looking over your shoulder too, and I'm seeing some games that I'm really excited about.
There's a couple here. This one section that I will jump in and discuss after the conclusion of this end.
So jump onto bowls now, though, viewers, or results.bowlslink.com.au. Check it all out for yourself, because you might be able to say, this is the contest I want to see. Now, a little straightener here. Well,
there's even more opportunity here on the forehand for Bell. So I think she's got second shot with that maroon bowl going into the head.
Yeah, so that gesture says to me that sit and stay, perhaps. Look to make 2, push that white bowl through.
Definitely given the bowl a chance. Like the weight that she used on the last bowl, I think is perfect. She was just a bowl wide.
Yeah, nothing for short here, but Bell's going to come up and have a...
It's their bowl back there at 4 o'clock as well.
Yeah, so Bell coming just to have a little Captain Cook. And they're discussing the merits...
Oh, I don't like that shot.
...of the backhand versus the forehand. Perhaps looking for a split on the backhand, Hollywood. That grey bowl at 7 o'clock does belong to Team Mathers.
Oh, I think if it was me on the mat, I'd be playing the forehand.
But we know that you've not played a bad bowl yet, have you?
Not from here.
This is a big bowl from Berlinda Mathers. Let's see what she puts down.
But Heidi might know Berlinda's game, might know Belle's game a little better, and might know that she likes a backhand.
It's away.
Don't know if that's going to come back with that weight, and I don't think that was the weight that they were looking for either.
No, tricky shot if you're going to be playing with that sort of weight. So one shot is to Team Featherby. 5-1 they lead. And Val.
Yes, let me just update this scoreboard and I will be right with you. We've got, so there's no seedings in the Australian Open draws, obviously. So that means that you're going to see some barnstorming matchups to start. Kristina Kristic against Samantha Atkinson tomorrow at Paradise Point at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The winner of that could play Caitlin Inch in the next round. So that is a draw, that is the draw from hell. Jamie Lee Warsnop also in that section.
Well, I mean, if you're going to win the Australian Open, you're going to do it the hard way coming through that section, whether your name is Kristina Kristic, whether your name is Caitlin Inch, whether your name, I mean, so many good players.
Selena Goddard up against Wendy Wilson. That's going to be a really interesting contest. Cheryl Linfield and Serena Bonnell got through. Would love to see them play each other again in a rematch of the para women's singles final, but in the actual Open as well. Kylie Whitehead there also got through.
What a start.
So this is going to be a sensational women's singles draw. Cannot wait for that to start tomorrow. I'll be tuning in from home, listening to the dulcet tones of Nick Hind.
That is not a bad little catch up. That was good.
What time's the football on tomorrow, Val?
4:35, so I can probably get through most of the day here at the AO. By the time it starts, get there around, obviously there'll be some pre-game festivities.
At the Melbourne Cricket Ground, I assume?
Only place to play, not that other soulless place.
Oh, this is just a great leading display from Claire.
Yeah, she started really well here, and it's, we saw yesterday that the front ends really set up the game. And Andrew Howe was mentioning that the position of second was often regarded as where you might hide somebody, but Kevin Anderson in that middle game that we called yesterday was really, really telling with the bowls that he played. And we're seeing here straight away that Claire Sanders is really setting up the head nicely for Lisa Featherby, as well we see Kristina Hotson. That's a very good effort too.
Yeah. One thing I want to ask you gentlemen is, talking about those knockout singles draws, what's your dream singles scenario? Who, if you could choose any two players to play each other in a singles match in the history of the Australian Open, who would they be? We may have already seen it. But
I'd love to see Kelsey and Dawn.
Again, the rematch. Yep.
Nothing against the rest of the ladies in the field. It's just that those two women are fantastic. They bring out the best of each other, and it'll be certainly a spectacle.
Well, I mean, taking nothing away from Karen Murphy and how she's playing now, but if we go back to peak Karen Murphy
against today's Kelsey,
against today's Dawn Heyman, I'm with Hollywood there. I think
even over Kelsey. Really.
Well, look, Kelsey's been a great player for a long, long time, but the way that Dawn has been playing in recent years, she's so dominant as one of the best female players we possibly have ever seen.
Yeah, the two that I would love to see, there's two scenarios, and one would be Aaron Sheriff versus Alex Marshall. We've seen them skip against each other at the World Championships, but singles at the AO in a final would be something else. And then also Aaron Sheriff versus Aaron Wilson. It's not a matchup that we get to see often, but, Disco with his form at international level, and then you've got Omar with the form he's in general.
In the day, Joe Edwards and Karen Murphy.
Yep. The two greatest female players of all time, I reckon. Very hard to split them.
This is out on a great line.
Jo Edwards is somebody who I've admired so much watching her play, how her composure, her steadiness.
Yep.
You know, she's almost, you know, robotic in how, you know, focused she becomes and blocks out all the other distractions. I'm always so impressed watching Jo Edwards bowl, and when she's had a few BPL stints with Pine Rivers.
You mentioned that, how composed she is. We had her on the right line a couple of years ago. She actually said that she used to throw up before a lot of big matches, which is unbelievable because you wouldn't tell that she was so nervous. But she managed to channel it in such a perfect way on the green. And one of the all-time great human beings as well, Jo Edwards.
Correct.
Now, if we're going to have a bit of fun with this too, and I think we're probably entitled to, can we see Ryan Bester play Matt Flapper?
Yeah.
How many jacks do you reckon they could break?
You'd think at least 4 would be par. But also, for those commenting, for those watching, you know, let us know who you want to see play in a singles match. Because, you know, it may still happen eventually. It could be the next young stars. You know, do you want to see a Nick Cahill take on a Nathan Black or something along those lines at the AO?
Well, Nathan Black's a very impressive young player, as is Nick Cahill. Seeing some impressive bowls here at the Australian Open. Lockie versus Aiden is the game that they want to see. That's Lucas, of course.
Yeah. So that's an inside joke, of course. That's he's called it Saviour. It's called Survivor, Lucas. Get it right. That's the game we play every Thursday at the office. It was actually cancelled yesterday due to rain. So much happier being here in sunny Queensland, that's for sure.
Does that mean the trophy stays on your desk for another week, Val?
I haven't won it this year, and I've been really dirty on that. I've choked on so many occasions, you have no idea. Can eliminate Lucas pretty quick. Send it down on a long end. What have we got here?
If it's got the weight.
Well, this is a really good bowl here.
Trying very hard. Oh.
Little touch on the jack. Well,
my goodness.
Could still be 2 down here. Belle Mathers was really enthusiastic about that bowl. She's got a big smile on her face because she knows she's played it well. You can see the girls high-fiving. They've got plenty of spirit, these girls. They said they've got a few gestures that are unique to the Camden, Warilla, Ingleburn crew, and some of them which we can't be mentioned on air, but they're having a lot of fun here, as we all are at the Australian Open. So we favour it's 2 shots to the Featherby team.
They're enjoying a good morning, that's for sure. As this one comes down from Lisa Featherby.
She had the weight there, Hollywood. Just
as we said, if you don't find your line, it is just cruel.
This is a tricky line and a tricky hand to play with the narrow edge factors of Belle Mathers there, because she was going to have to either sneak either side of that black bowl at the front. I think I'd prefer her on the backhand. You know, get through that front bowl on the right-hand side of the screen, get to the shot maybe.
Well, here comes a very good line. All on the speed now.
Well, Lisa's tossed that right out wide.
Trying to get in there. No, that's her bowl just there, so I think she might have just overplayed a little.
So forehand again from Belle Mathers.
Well, this green's turning that much. I don't think it matters what you're using. You're going to get turn.
Yeah, just a little cute there. So we'll get a tally. One shot taken out.
It's 2.
So they are forging forward, that's for sure. 6-1. They've only dropped the one end so far. Sorry, 7-1, I should say. There we go, my maths has finally broken me.
Always tough adding ones and twos, isn't it?
Sometimes it is.
No, but look, at 7-1, you know, the Mathers team hasn't been too far away. They're only dropping small numbers, but they really need to grab an end here.
They haven't really put any major pressure on their opposition because Claire has had control of the mat and controlled that jack.
And has been putting bowls on the jack pretty well every end.
And here comes
She's
another
starting
one.
well here. Look at this.
Just going to slip past.
And favouring once again, it's absolutely full freight here. So full length.
Kristina played 2 nice bowls on the last end, so hopefully she's taken a bit of confidence from that. She certainly sent this out. And down it comes off the bank.
Well, that's the sort of track you need. Out to the ring peg and drawn a lovely one. 2 foot behind the jack.
Nice shot.
You're a tough marker if you're not going to be applauding that bowl.
That's right.
Michael Sorensen. So at 7-1, there's a really important start there from Kristina Hotson.
Well, that put the pressure straight back on Claire, and Claire's correction up until then had been faultless. So that little bit of pressure has certainly been felt.
Yeah, easy to do overcorrecting on a green this quick because small compensations become big at the other end. And look, one on, one behind. She crashes into the back bowl there.
That's good leading. There's Lisa looking to try and wrestle the shot back for her side.
Andrew Grant in the comments saying that you're a hard worker, Hollywood. Is that one of your burner accounts?
Fanger. Good lad. One of the boys are going to be playing my BPL Cup qualifiers with. Oh, there's a great stuff. That's a good shot.
Well, those black GTRs
Indigenous.
have come right in to the picture there. It's a brave set to be using as a GTRs on a green this quick. There's plenty of swing.
Like I said, it doesn't matter what make of bowl you've got on this green, it is going to turn. So you really must concentrate on getting that line to start with and then working on your weight from there. So that's only gone a couple of feet from the edge of the rink and it has still cut the head.
Yeah, not a bad track for the shot. We'll see here if Lisa Brannan can add on.
See how our memory is. First half looks pretty good.
We're up over 1,300 viewers here live on Rinkside Live. Make sure that you're subscribing and following Bowls Australia on all the social media channels. We are looking for 1 billion followers, Michael Sorensen. We're only several hundred million short. So
Just a little bit.
make sure that you are following us on all the social media channels so you can keep up with all the action here on Rinkside Live. Now,
Just going to cut.
chance to get to the black bowl there. Already a good crowd here, Val. There's lots
It
of people
is.
here enjoying their cup of coffee this morning.
Yeah, for sure. Very handy.
Awesome deck up there. The new Broadbeach deck overlooking green 4.
Yeah, so you can see in the top right of the picture there, that is the new facility. And not that Broadbeach was an ordinary club before, but they've just made a special club even better by building this great deck, this great facility for people to come watch bowls, enjoy a libation perhaps in the afternoon.
Enjoy one right now.
There might be a few. Yeah, how's this track?
Just
from Heidi.
Going to get it? Oh, it's just missed.
Well, that's two that have missed by whiskers. But it's a tricky track to play to get under the front white and blue bowl there of Claire Sanders and get to the shot.
So Linda here is just trying to draw around their shot bowl and try and get to that blue bowl at the back there. Add a bit of protection. And has gone very close to doing so.
Well, if she can sit this blue bowl at the back.
That's a good bowl.
It's just rocked out, but what it has done is given an excellent catcher there.
And again, it looks like they're playing forehand with some speed to try and disturb the head as we get a really good look at Val's hand.
So Val just adjusting the camera there for us. You can see on the picture. As the skips change over. So Val's on his way back. A bit of a discussion here from the Featherby team about what the best option is here to add another shot.
Lisa would have to be very, very happy with the her front three. They're setting the head up very well for her.
So here it's Rinkside Live here from Broadbeach Bowling Club, Green 4, Rink 28. We are here this morning. And we're watching a great contest between the New South Wales combination skipped by Belle Mathers and the Western Australian / Victorian team skipped by Lisa Featherby, who lead 7 shots to 1. Lisa's just drifted under there. And the call from Heidi is play the backhand, reach the black bowl. A little bit of contact, a little bit of movement.
Well, the line looks good. Just going to be overplaying the weight again. Not easy shots to play on a pace of green like this.
It's very easy from us here in the commentary position.
Yes, it is.
I haven't seen Val put a bad one down yet.
No, even I think I'm so bad that I could even put a bad bowl down from here. Don't put it past me, gents.
Yeah, look, you're improving rapidly.
You're too kind.
But look, I mean, if we were to go and play tennis against you, or table tennis against you, although
Table tennis
Hollywood goes pretty good at table tennis.
Table tennis, I reckon I'm all right. It's the only thing... Actually, if you played Mario Kart against me, I would destroy you.
Oh,
well, it's a tighter line here.
Challenge
from Belle.
Jack. I got the bowl. That's going to make a massive... Well, it's a bit of a lottery now.
Oh, it hasn't gone out of bounds. So it's going to be a long measure. So Lisa Featherby, she's out of ammo. And it's 3 shots to
Nice ball.
Team Mathers. Great result. Played with great weight, and you can see the girls there dancing down the end of the rink.
And they're saying, bring that mat up. We do not want to play ditch to ditch. But again, like most of the games that we've live streamed, one team's jumped out to a lead and then the other side's fought back.
Yep, that's exactly right, Hollywood.
Well, we said yesterday, didn't we, Val, that in those men's fours games, it was the first round, or the sectional rounds of the men's fours yesterday. In each game, both teams would have felt as though they had an opportunity to win, Thomas Webb, of course, just missed with his last bowl to draw
Very close.
against Ryan Bester. And even the afternoon game yesterday, there we saw lead changes. We saw swings, ups and downs. So Jared Davies and Mick Brennan.
Who actually won that section? Who got through?
Neither of those two teams. The New Zealand team got through by 2 shots.
So there you
they
go.
actually, they won their last game that they needed to win.
And shots up would have done enough to see them through.
They were through by 2 shots.
So, despite the best efforts there of Jared Davies, Mick Brennan and co, neither of those teams got through. And then, of course, in the first game, we saw Pat Houlihan and Darryl Steinridge go right down to the wire as well. So, it's never an easy contest here at the Australian Open. There's no soft sections. Have you been competing at all this year, Hollywood? Did you have a game?
No, I didn't get my entries in.
Well, you've got to be quick, don't you?
You do now. It's such an event that you just don't want to be missing out and making the mistake that I made. And I was waiting on my partner to contact me, and he was obviously waiting for me to contact him. And then when we finally made contact, it was full, and he couldn't make it up here anyway. So I get the pleasure of sharing your company and Val's in the commentary. I've got a couple of events that I help coordinate as well. I've got the mixed pairs on Sunday that I go out to Musgrave Hill and run that for the AO.
Mega Bowl Saturday night?
No.
Come on, Hollywood.
No. It's spending some well-earned time with my partner.
I'll be having a crack at the Mega Bowl.
How is your partner feeling?
She's back at work.
Good.
Still not feeling 100%, but she's on the mend.
So we saw a great lead bowl there from Kristina Hotson. The dark blue Aero Optima parked right on top of the jack there. And she's got one behind. That's her bowl on the centre line.
So last 3 ends have been very good.
Yeah, coming into her own, showing a bit of pedigree there. Of course, the mother of Mia Hotson, who's very well regarded in the New South Wales junior ranks.
This match is really heating up, gents. 7-4.
Speaking of heating up, it's getting a bit warm here. I don't know how Hollywood's still got the jacket on.
Just trying to stop the sunburn.
No, it's still...
It's a sneaky little breeze coming in from behind.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, Hollywood.
Mate, these guys that live Jindabyne, up in the snow country.
Yeah, they're used to it. And bear in mind, how long have you been up here for, Nick?
Since the weekend.
Oh, okay. So I can't say we've acclimatised longer. Or I've acclimatised longer anyway.
We could always just say he's thick.
Yeah.
Some might say that I'm tough, but they'd be lying.
We're not going to give you that much.
It is Bron Torrens next door on the rink. She's playing in her fours team, and that's what I alluded to before about the team that, the players that come out and, they give this tournament so much.
Yes, when she's not playing, she's either umpiring or marking.
Yep. Amazing. So 2 hours and 15 minutes is the time limit. We started at 9 o'clock. It's 10:10 a.m. So we've been going an hour and 10. An hour and 5 minutes left in this contest. Or the full allotment of ends, whichever comes first. Of course, if that jack is rolled for the final end before the hooter goes, then you can play out the end. We had that yesterday in the first match. And that final end went forever.
Yes, we got a very short break between the first and the second games. It was only about 20 minutes in the end.
Yeah, Val wanted his coffee.
And, poor Val had to sprint back from the coffee shop. He was lucky not to pull a calf yesterday, the pace he was coming.
You
well, at
poor
least
man.
he knows his age. He's not riding skateboards at his age now.
I've never ridden skateboards. I've always been... I'm not a daredevil in any way.
I wouldn't call what I've done on skateboards riding. I've certainly fell off a lot. Hence the reason I don't go anywhere near them anymore. At my age, my bones are very brittle. That sneaks past.
Well, it's that first bowl of Kristina Hotson has been hard to beat. There's a couple of efforts there. The two orange bowls there of Linda Warburton just sliding past as one of the great fans has parked himself right in front of the camera, but Val will get the cattle prod out if he has to. We have been threatening to put the Bowls Australia electric shock collar on people who...
Yeah. Well, you've been threatening. I haven't said anything of the such. Anything of the sort.
It's very hard in fours.
They've been very good, though. So far, I've made it the seconds' responsibility, Hollywood. I said to the seconds before the game that you're responsible not only for the card, but to make sure that the camera and the angles are clear, and they've done an excellent job so far today, the girls. And it's been the skips, actually, Val, really who've let us down in terms of standing in front of the cameras.
Yeah. But other than that, it's been okay. Now, Hotson, Kristina was actually in the pairs group with Mia in section 49. Locke Williams has just messaged that through. Had Julie Keegan in that section. Julie topped it. Beck Van Ash and Jess McMullen as well.
What a section.
I know. Beck and Jess didn't actually get through. They were very unlucky. 9 shots they missed out by. And Kristina and Mia both had 2 wins as well.
Are they a chance as the next best qualifier? No.
Have not gone through.
Just
Just missed
a little
out.
careful here, does Bell.
Yeah, cover and count would be optimal here. Little back hopper.
Well, she's going to the backhand, so...
Well, probably feels as though she can't give it away on the backhand, I'd reckon.
On a line like this, you can. Oh, no. She's ripped her own out clean.
Oh. Well, that's the commentator's curse there. Might have felt as though she couldn't give it away, but might be 3 or 4 down now too. Yeah, I favoured if she was around those white and blue bowls of Claire Sanders at the front, that would have been okay, but slid under, got to her shot bowl and edged it out, and Kristina Hotson's hard work has been undone in the twinkling of an eye.
Well, this could just blow this game right open now.
Well, Lisa Featherby being the experienced campaigner she is, she's taken her time there.
Played
Stood
this
on the
very
mat
nicely.
and has drawn a beautiful side toucher there to finish the end. But she really gave Belle Mathers a chance to stew on that decision, and it might linger in the memory. 3 shots taken out already.
That front one's got to be a chance as well. Just going on the lines. Yep.
4.
Wow. That's huge. What a way to rebound after dropping a 3. 11-4 now the lead.
It was really gifted to her.
That is a solid way to rebound for this West Australian Victorian combination. They've dropped just the 2 ends so far this morning. It's been ruthless. Scoreboard's still working, gents. Just if you didn't know.
Oh.
I really feel for Belle there. I mean, she was probably trying to take the wide, to put in a cover bowl with those orange bowls, and she's just pulled the line across and chipped her own bowl out clean.
Yeah, Alison Venn on the comment saying, ouch. And that's about the right word for it.
So there's another good start.
Yeah, well, this lead battle's heated up a little bit now. We've seen Kristina Hotson play some great bowls when they haven't been chipped out by her skip. And Claire Sanders showing plenty of class here.
Watch this ball come back.
But this longer length, the New South Wales team have found it to be a little trickier.
Claire's really played well in these ditch-to-ditch ends. She's well pointed again. Really putting the pressure on. That's great leading. See what we can do here. Just needs to drop 5 or 6 feet of weight. Get another bowl in the head. Try and give Colleen something to work with.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best thing is that first bowl stayed up at the back of the rink. So despite being a little bit heavy, she hasn't lost it. That's
not a bad reply. That's given them something to work off.
Yeah, excellent correction. Probably third shot, but it's a bowl in the head. We've got somebody else who's got bowls in the background at school. What a good school. I'm envious of teachers sometimes. You just chuck the bowls on and that's the class for the day. We're going to learn all about mathematics from Featherby, adding ones and twos.
And angles.
I had some good mathematics last night.
You playing poker again?
I did. I did successfully.
Do not play this man at poker.
Yes, Michael Hollywood Sorensen knows to his detriment. During COVID, the Bowls Australia online poker syndicate was very expensive for everybody who wasn't named Clive Adams or Nick Hind.
But enjoyed every moment of it.
Tony Sherwill, who's the CEO of Bowls Victoria, also, I think, came out in front playing cards. Now,
only because he made the final 2 against me.
Well.
And then fluked it on the turn. Unbelievable. Anyway, back to the game.
Bell Mathers was very interested in that bowl for a long way. But again, just sliding under. Featherby back from his comfort break.
Did I go anywhere?
This is going to end up in a nice home.
Well, I favour that's the only place that this jack might get chipped out to. You know, with that sort of weight, we might see the jack squeezing out to the right-hand side of screen here.
Colleen having another crack here on the forehand.
Well, it's a pretty aggressive line again, Hollywood.
Very aggressive line. Does she have the weight, though?
She's very close.
It's going to hold up. Yes.
Great bowl. Great bowl.
How's the jumping around?
The girls are having a ball. What we love to see.
It's wonderful, isn't it? That's what the AO is all about. Live stream rink, playing something along those lines. So good.
She has been struggling up until that point, so it's a good confidence boost for her.
Yeah, playing an absolute bomb like that. Into the head with just a yard of weight.
It showed
Lisa's
experience at calling her second to put a bowl in the catching area, and it's landed right between the two bowls, so they've got plenty of opportunities on this head. But now, see if Heidi can draw another one.
Yeah, really important to give that red bowl a friend now. It still looks quite lonely. Now, this is coming in on a pretty aggressive pace.
Oh, not again. Oh, jealous. Bit of jealousy in the team. You can't have the shot. I want it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's actually really improved the head there for the Mathers team. Got a catcher on the backhand, got 2 catchers on the backhand now with the blue bowl at the back of the rink, and now the red bowl. So,
Linda with a real opportunity to sit that shot bowl though, but it's left it.
Yeah, just tight.
Again, if you don't get your line, can make it look really bad.
Yes, agreeing this speed can even make the great players look just good. And the good players look pretty ordinary.
Well, here comes a good bowl.
Well, sits this black
Sits a
bowl.
black one.
Rocked it up.
What's the old adage? When you're holding, take a wide line.
You're full of adages this week, Hollywood. And I've loved every one of them.
When you've been playing bowls for 60 years,
Well,
you've probably heard a few.
34 of them anyway.
It's a long time.
Longer than you've been alive, Val?
Yes. I'm 28, so it
Not
sure
even
is.
a wet spot on the sheets.
But you know what? It's okay.
Some of us would dream to be 28 years old again, Val Febo.
hell no.
Yeah, but it's funny, when you're my age, you still want to be that little bit younger, don't you? You meet people that are, 20, and you go, geez, wouldn't that be nice?
You would have done some of your best work at 28, Hollywood.
I was making a lot of mistakes at 28.
Now, Lisa Featherby was watching this intently a long way, and you can see why. It was a mighty effort. Does put one in a good catching area, though, if she can squeeze the jack with her last.
Now, Bell, don't give the shot away.
Well, it's tough after that last bowl. Yeah, it can knock your confidence around, so we'll see what she does here. I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up short.
I don't think she's short. Just needs to hold.
Well, she's got catches there. No, she's made two. Well done.
Well, there's a lot of jealousy on this side. Just taking shot off each other. That's,
Say, no, this one's mine.
But so easy when you've played a bowl like she did with her last to come up short, to come up narrow, to go wide, to be nowhere near it. That's a real confidence boost that she's played a bowl like that. I know it might have been a bit scary. Hollywood's heart's going faster than even Belle Mathers potentially there.
I'm sure hers was going pretty quick as that was getting closer and closer.
But she had a catcher there. It wasn't without risk, but has made two, and it's a really good two now. It's very hard for Lisa Featherby to get to. There's nothing to get off to get to the shot. So we'll see which hand she plays.
So we've got Fire Cat Xbox one player. It's a very long name, but love watching this in the background while at school. Now, I hope that it's been approved by your teacher. But you know what? If you've got the phone in the pencil case, just make sure we're on mute.
That could be the teacher.
Might just be.
Lisa's
I
pulled up
shouldn't be
short.
encouraging that. Phones at school, should I?
No. In Queensland, they take them off you now.
Put it down.
Now, Hollywood, there is a shot here on the forehand to roll that red bowl. Sit and stay. Probably brings the grey bowl in at the top right, or the front of screen there at 2 o'clock.
I would imagine that she would want to change her hand because I don't think that she could possibly give the shot away on that hand.
We said that last
I don't think. No, you did.
All right.
This time, I don't think she can. She's got, and plus she's got her own grey bowl there to, if she does trail the kitty around the corner. So it looks a lot safer and can still score. And there is a good turn off that bank on that side of the green. So we'll see what happens. She makes her way back to the mat.
There is a backhand as well to chip the grey bowl in for another counter, but that has more risk.
Very close to the opposition's bowl as well. It could be chipped in as well. Yeah. So, but I think she's taking the safer option.
Belle Mathers, what can she do?
Well, she's on a very good line. It's all down to her speed, which she's got plenty of.
So, it'll be 2. And that will do.
So that'll be 2 and that'll do?
For now. For that end.
Well, it gets them back within 5.
Exactly. And in fours, you just got to stay in touch. 11-6 in favour of the Lisa Featherby combination.
Yeah, nothing silly needs to be done here. It's only 1 and over.
Yep.
And they'll win the game. So great to have the mat back. Picked up a good 2 there. A jealous 2, as Michael Hollywood Sorensen has suggested. I think every player on the Mathers rink was holding shot at some point
stage,
there.
Yes.
Good morning all. Looks like another pearl of a day there for bowls. Good luck to all players today. Thank you for that. Matt Hooker telling us Kristina is a school teacher. Could be one of her colleagues. So presumably Kristina Hotson playing here as part of the Mathers team. That does sound likely if a school teacher's away.
The Leeds are really lifted their game. It's it might not look so flash there on the screen, but they're not that far away.
Well, as we go to the tighter shot.
I was just trying to look, gents, if yesterday the 2 little kids that we interviewed on BA's social media channels the other day, the McEwen boys, got through. They missed out on being a next best qualifier in the men's fours by 2 shots. 2 wins, 1 loss. They lost their last match by a shot, and they were plus 10. What got you through was a plus 12.
Wow.
Geordie and Lockie McEwen handled themselves pretty well at this AO, I must say. I think in all the men's disciplines, in the pairs and fours, they've gone 3 wins, 3 losses. So that is a great return for those 2 youngsters from New Zealand.
11 and 9?
Yep. Combined age of 20. And that's when I said, geez, I wish I was 20.
Well, good effort here from Colleen, just sliding past. See Mosman Parks, Lisa Featherby. Backhand. Finish inside the white and blue bowl. Really wants this bowl from Colleen to be number 1.
It's tracking nicely.
Lisa, sorry, to be number 1.
Cut the head again, I think. With the jack. That's even better.
Yeah. And he's number 1. Colleen going to power on, sticking with the forehand. Got that out much better.
It's going to slip by.
Yeah. Line was good. Just overplayed at a fraction.
Well, just wants an instant replay here.
Well, so would I. Lisa Featherby got the name of her club prominently into the shot on the last end, and she's doing it again.
Might have to go have a quick word to them.
That's 2 great bowls.
We've got all the angles here, though. Got you covered on Rinkside Live. Val Febo working diligently to make sure that you've got the best streaming coverage in the business.
It's a bit better from Lisa.
Heidi giving her bowl every chance there.
Well, so, yeah, she was nothing for short, and despite the bowl sliding through and just out of our picture there, but it is still in bounds. It's out near the rink peg, and you never know, it could come in handy.
Oh, here comes another good bowl.
Well, even if this parks up in front, Hollywood, it might be a nuisance. It's just slid under.
The Featherby combination, when they get it right, they really get it right. But still opportunities here for Heidi. Just got to find that right line of speed, and the last shot wasn't too bad. She's fallen for the 2-card trick, unders and overs.
Yeah, just an overcorrection there. Easy to do.
I'm sure Linda's going to make them pay here. She's corrected a line.
Yeah, this is the sort of line that'll do something. And Lisa Featherby
Don't want to be touching the jack.
wants it to hold on.
Oh, that's worked out very well for them.
Oh, probably made 4 or 5 now. And that jack squeezed in with the black bowl.
Definitely 4.
Of Lisa Brannan.
But now any type of contact with the shot bowl is going to project that jack to the to their own bowls. So nothing wrong with being up again, other than the fact that you fall down on the head. But you've got to give your bowl a chance.
Well, yeah, I mean, the jack's very likely to come back towards the centre line, but the centre line's covered there with the black bowl of Lisa Brannan and the white and blue XG of Claire Sanders. So
if it gets past those, the rest of them are bells.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to hit it, and when you fall down, I mean, there's a lot of holes there.
She hasn't been short too often.
Yeah, I'm playing to cut this down first, Hollywood.
Oh, I'm with you.
Get second shot.
Just the way that they've been playing.
She's playing the backhand. This is the sort of line that can help cut things down. She's got plenty to run into there.
She's close.
Including the jack.
Wowzers. That.
I thought it was going to
Well, now.
drop off, but
4 down to 2 up.
Now,
stayed in.
The jack's gone out of our picture, but it has stayed in. Val will go to the other angle. There is.
Oh, the
Umpire
call
called.
for the umpire.
An umpire being called. So we can see the white bowl to the right of the feet of.
So there you go. You can see the jack on your screen there. Players have moved. And umpire has been called. So this will determine a great number of things.
Now, I did say with my premonition that grey bowl that's out on the wing there might come in handy. Hollywood, did I not?
Oh, definitely.
And that grey bowl of Heidi may...
Well done, Nick. Good job.
I'm getting pats on the back from Mel Febo. I'm doing well. If that jack's in, then that grey bowl's number 1.
Correct.
So you never know. If you're through and if you're back at the back of the rink, they may come in handy.
You are just a marvellous human being, Nick Hind.
If only
But you did also say that she was going to try and draw to cut it down. So which way are you going to go? Come on. That's a bit of a 50-50 here.
It's always the first one. Always the first one. Umpire down on the far end of the rink, as you can see in the back of your picture.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that the jack is in.
It's in. So
Nick Hind, Nostradamus.
Give a monkey a typewriter and eventually can spell a word.
Yes.
All they have to do is type the letter A or I.
Just saying.
A million monkeys on a million typewriters, and eventually you'll have Shakespeare.
Okay.
That was.
You might not still.
Or you might have a lot of I.
Now
we're really getting off it.
Lisa Featherby, yes, we'll get back to this game here because Lisa Featherby has got to draw past the tee and all the way out to the rink peg. She may have to just park up for a moment because it's very likely if she's going to play the forehand that she's going to have to borrow a significant portion of rink 27. So
you're right.
The players on rink 27 will have to be aware that there's a bowl likely to be coming through their rink. Bowl coming, yes.
See where she's tossed it out to. Have a look at this.
And a bit quick from Lisa Featherby. Yeah, lots of traffic to negotiate there on the other rink.
A few people jumping around.
So the ladies next door were very good. They were conscious of that bowl coming through. Now, if you're Belle Mathers there, you've got one shot. You're going to have to play the same thing. I can't see that there's a way to get to that on the backhand and draw a second, Hollywood.
No. Well, it's doable, but there's a lot of traffic to come through. She got through there once. I think she'd be happy with that. She'll maybe even wait for this end to be completed.
Well, this is one of the challenges, isn't it, Val, with the time limit, that there's not really time to stuff around and wait for the rink next door to complete their end, so you've got a clear run at this.
Well, we're sitting at, been going for an hour and 37 minutes. We have, 38 minutes to go. And we've still got to get through a fair portion of this. We're only on end 10 of 15. I'm not so sure we're getting there.
Here we go. It's away.
Now, what she doesn't want to do is touch the jack.
Well, that's not all bad.
That's worked out okay.
That's not all bad. Might have brought those two in there, the tee into the count, so plus it could be 4.
Plus she's touching in the ditch, Hollywood.
5. Could be 5. This is a huge bowl here.
I've got an issue there. That white bowl belongs...
Oh, of course it does. It belongs to Claire, doesn't it?
Lisa Featherby makes it a lot easier for her. She doesn't have to borrow the next rink. She's not a mile away.
Could trail this in for 2 around the corner.
Oh, very close. So what is the score going to be?
It might be 1 down.
No, that white bowl does belong. I'm getting confused. That white bowl does belong to Belle Mathers at the back of the rink.
So this could be a
That's the skipper's bowl.
big collect here.
I reckon it's 4. It's 5. 5 with it on the ditch.
We're level. You said 1 and over, Nick Hind.
Let's go, girls.
Well, they've got 5 in 1 over. That is absolutely monstrous from Belle Mathers.
And from the situation that head was, being 4 or 5 down to 4 or 5 up, huge. Huge. In the context of this game.
Absolutely monstrous. They have not led at all. They have only, in fact, been level at 1-all after 2 ends. And now after 10, we sit level pegging once more. This is quite remarkable. 5.
I don't know what to say to that. That's just incredible how that head changed.
Get a lottery ticket. 11 apiece.
Not often you're speechless, Michael Sorensen.
No.
5 ends to play, gents, and we've got 35 minutes to do it. Going to have to average, 7 minutes an end?
Well, of course, the bell goes, and so it's only 4 ends need to be completed realistically.
Yep.
But we might be getting a very short morning tea once again.
Come on, ladies. I need my second coffee.
The live chat.
I'm with you, Val.
Carmen Plaza, lots of back bowls that she calls positional and end up being shot. Yes, that's often the way when jacks are moving around.
Well, Bell hasn't been short too often, so it might be a good formula for him to live by.
Richard Sanson was asking there too, what is the rule? Stop the bowl or lift the one that's being connected. So if it's on a neighbouring rink, you are allowed to lift and replace if there's a chance of that bowl being contacted. We don't always have the luxury of waiting for the rinks to be clear, and we don't always have the luxury of rinks being clear. So if it is on a neighbouring rink, there is a lift and replace rule.
And again, common sense comes into it. So if it's going to crash into more than one bowl, stop the bowl.
Yes, the umpires are on hand for those very particular laws. As we see some contact, that'll probably do for shot.
Claire just Sanders completed my reaccreditation in the umpires. But I'm not carrying my rule book with me.
You'd know it all off by heart, wouldn't you?
No.
Well, you would 10.2.4 and
my goodness, there's some laws. This is going to change things up.
Well,
if there's a corner you don't want to see the jack go to if you're going to try and draw it, is that corner.
It's the trickiest way to get to it, isn't it? You've got to go all the way out to the ditch. Now,
You've nearly got to go to the car park.
we'll see if any of these bowls end up at the Broadbeach Soccer Club. That's about as wide as they're going to have to go. But the magnificent greens and the green staff here, they still turn from out that way. There's a lot of clubs you'll go to where the bowls might not be running so well out that wide, but look at that.
It's a lovely bowl.
Tell you what, this jack, though, I reckon it's got some virgin velocity points, the way it's been moving today.
Yes.
Be a gold member by now, maybe even platinum.
We'll see it in the Virgin Lounge, you suggest, at
Yeah,
Gold
well,
Coast Airport.
I don't even have gold anymore.
Yeah, you've got double.
Oh, here we
now,
go.
don't you?
I'm down to silver. I'm dirty on that too. Almost made it.
I just try and find someone that's got the gold and go and sit with them. Another good line here.
Well, Lisa Featherby's watching this intently because the weight has been corrected too, Hollywood.
I think Lisa's been probably the pick of the 8 bowlers on the rink. She's played extremely well.
Lisa Brannan here, yes. Those black GTRs have been prominent in most of the heads. Now, the last time I was in the Virgin Lounge, I was in Melbourne, and I had the misfortune of getting there immediately following the Melbourne Storm before they were flying out to somewhere. So I went in there, I'll have a bite to eat. Everything had been stripped bare, like a swarm of locusts had gone through the joint.
I went in there last year, and I think it was the day before we flew. It was the day we flew up for the AO, and walked in there, and who did I see his head popping out from the top of the little lounge area? But Dustin Martin and the entire Richmond Football Club.
You would have been in your element.
Was that the best day of your life, Alfebo?
It was pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good. It ended up going to sit next to all of them, see if I could hear anything about possibly some breaking news.
Well, Heidi's going to have to play a good one here. As it stands, they're at least 3 down on the head.
Yeah, Linda's off favour is now second shot. This is on a good track here.
She's going to need to sit something, which she's going to do.
Well, wanted that bowl clean or the jack clean. The signal from Lisa Featherby is that they probably still have 3. It's just slipped past.
This one's looking quite good as well.
Yeah, Lisa very happy with that. That'll be number 1.
Well, what magic can Bell produce this time?
It has been magical.
Now, they've not led at all in this match. They've only been tied after 2 of the 10 ends that we've played.
Well, a good racehorse knows where the finish line is. So we'll see who's going to time their run here, because this Mathers team, they've produced some absolute gold. Whereas Lisa Featherby, they've been chipping away. They've probably been the better side, you'd say.
The more consistent anyway.
Certainly more consistent, but haven't had the results to show for it.
Coming up on the backhand. Well, clears that front one, so that's the first obstacle down. Inside edge of that one.
Yeah, it's a curious way to play that, Michael Sorensen. I don't know that I'd be calling it, but perhaps there's a lack of confidence with the draw. Out past the peg. And we're probably a metre off the centre line there.
Yes, I'd be thinking the forehand drawing to cut
down, yeah.
Cut the margin would be the way to go, but again, choosing the backhand over the forehand. Here's Bell.
Yeah, she's been turned over now. So a crisp call from Heidi saying, no, I want you out here. Draw it, cut it back.
Well,
and this looks to be out pretty good.
She's using edge factors, so that's not too bad a line, but not going to get down in time. So very rarely short. So a big chance of getting that 5 back straight away.
Yeah, so Linda has parked her foot inside the grey bowl at the back there.
This is on a great track. All it's got to do now is finish.
Which is the best bowl of the New South Wales quartet. Might not have gone the trip, so 1 out. And then that grey bowl there is the best one for Team Mathers. And we'll see how many can get inside.
May only be 1 down, you never know. The angles on these cameras can be very deceiving.
They are.
But that's 2.
Yep.
Which means that other black bowl should be 3.
Oh,
Indigenous bowl.
Oh, boy.
And then the orange at the front.
I have a feeling this might be 2. That's 4.
I think it's only the 4.
Well, after pushing back so hard, they've dropped another 4. And all of a sudden, 15-11 with 4 ends to play. Back to that 1 and over that they need.
And in real terms, they only really dropped a 1.
Pretty much. Let's see where this jack ends up.
Stretch it out by the looks of it.
Bring you the pictures in a sec.
What a picturesque day again here on the Gold Coast. It's absolutely
pretty good.
Gorgeous.
We've got rink 22 coming up next. We'll change direction to north-south. That's where we're going to be going.
Just slips past.
So 15-11 is the buffer for this Western Australian and Victorian combination, skipped by Lisa Featherby. Four ends to play, including this one. We've got 26 minutes until the hooter goes off.
Bit of a rush of blood there. See what type of correction Claire can make here.
Next session starts at 11:45.
And that's a good correction. It's the foot to 18 inches behind the jack. This looks well pointed as well. The bigger the correction, the easier it is, they tell me. She draws an absolute clanger.
I would have thought a clanger was an ordinary bowl, Hollywood. That might be a cracker, that one.
It's a clanger.
Well, the whole... that would be confusing for a lot of Victorians who follow the AFL, that's for sure. Because clanger is a terrible thing. But...
I'm dyslexic.
Look, I mean, we can have the Palmer debate all we like. What it was, though, was a fantastic bowl.
It was.
And plenty more to come here today. So next up, we've got Team Slade versus Team Strawbridge. So Team Slade, Spicer and Slade against
Bit of spice to your Slade.
Cooper Toivonen, Ingrati and Strawbridge, which is a New Zealand and New South Wales foursome. So that's section 3.
Might have to
I'm going to have so much fun with that.
let Bell Mathers, no. That one is not bad. Hopefully she stands off the centre line. There we go. Good afternoon. Oh, sorry, it's still morning, isn't it?
Still
Feels
morning.
Like afternoon. 10:52.
You were here at the crack of dawn, though, Val, so you're entitled to be a bit weary already.
Sure was.
Did you go out or do anything last night other than Pacific Fair?
Nah, I just went to Pack Fair, got a burrito, had a look around.
Spent a couple of $100,000 on
I spent
new trainers?
I spent $14 on the new Uno game. I found that at Big W, so...
What's the new Uno game?
It's Uno, what's it called? Show No Mercy. I think there's like draw 25 cards in there, so that should be interesting.
That sounds like somebody might be flipping a table over.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it's made for. I don't know why I bought it, but looked interesting. I did buy some new shoes before I came up here, though, so these are the ones I'm wearing, Nick.
Oh, very flash.
Oh, there we go. That's got to be close to 2.
Don't mind a bit of shopping, but as we get back here, there's a Pacific Fair bus in the background.
Lisa Featherby having a really good look at this head. This is one of the tightest heads we've seen so far in this contest. The players are really warming into it as the day's warming up.
Onto a bit of a tighter shot there.
21 degrees here and very, very light breeze today. Much, much warmer than we saw yesterday. The green will respond by playing even quicker, I'd suggest. Lucas commenting that Uno No Mercy is the best game, as we see a nasty hole there.
Made for bowls.
Monopoly.
I brought that in yesterday.
I did hear that comment as well. I heard it dead to be stiff.
Yeah.
Hole for bowls.
I learned from you, Hollywood. What were you going to say?
But Monopoly Deal is very popular in my household. I don't know if you've played that.
Never played it. Is it any good?
It's absolutely fantastic.
All right, I'll have to get it.
My partner has flipped the coffee table on a few occasions. It's most good fun when we get like that.
It's a
What
cool
is the
game.
speed
Monopoly.
here? Just going to duck across the head.
Yeah, so we favour it's one shot to
Team Mathers.
Team Mathers there. The Hotson bowl.
I'm just wondering, can you go wide enough on that ditch side of the green? Here comes a nice line. It's going to be a bit quick, is it? It's going to get down in time.
Well, replace that black bowl. It's still probably not counting.
Danger everywhere for Team Matherson here.
Yep. They don't want to drop another number. They just got it back to level pegging as well. Got a 2 and a 5 to get it to 11 all and then drop to 4. And in 4s, that's a very, very good score.
Well, this looks like a very good track. How's your speed? It's all on your pace. Oh, geez, it came through there at a rate of knots.
Well, it's ended up in a really handy home because you can now play a more confident draw shot. You've got something to catch. I mean, it's still 1 amongst 3.
It was needed. No, it's in a very handy spot.
You can give yourself some more chances. What shot are you playing here, Hollywood?
It's either hand, really. It's whatever you feel confident with. Look, I'd probably be on the backhand myself, looking to sit on the bowls or trail the jack.
So sitting the 3 o'clock dark blue bowl there of Kristina Hotson.
But she's going to play forehand.
If you're
Try and trail it.
If you're playing this way, yeah.
It's all on the speed. It's trying to hang on. It's trying to hang on.
I think I like stone. I mean, it's got to be a stone cold draw now, and as you say, Bell Mathers has been up, so needs to be pretty cautious, pretty careful with this. But stone cold on the forehand. She's played this pretty well here, Hollywood.
Oh, it's still travelling.
She's played this pretty well here, Michael Sorensen.
Still travelling.
Oh. She got all of that orange bowl. That would have sat for 2.
Would have.
Could have, would have made probably 3. She would have stayed as well because they're both their bows. And that'd bring the margin back pretty quickly again. But see what happens here. Now we're playing the shot that I would have played.
Well, yeah, a little split, the red and the blue bowl. Get inside the blue.
Oh, how's the weight here? Ooh, don't take that one out.
It was probably the speed for the shot.
Was a good speed. Just again.
All right, now, stone cold draw.
Well, I think they're trying to say sit the orange now.
Oh, all right.
She went so close for the first one.
It's coming.
Well, it's not a bad line. It's not bad at all. Oh, you don't want to turn too much onto that jack now.
Leave the jack alone. Well,
Sat and stayed. I think it stayed.
May have pushed the red bowl out. May have pushed the blue bowl out.
1 taken out. 2 taken out.
Gee, it's been a volatile game. There's been some score.
I know.
All sword and no shield here. They're just attack.
So we've only got 17 minutes, including this measure. I don't think we're finishing this match.
It's 2.
2.
So they get it back. They halve the last end. So 15-11 becomes 15-13. They've won 3 of the last 4 ends, but the end they lost was a 4, and the end they lost before that was also a 4. So really, it's 4 of the last 6, but the 2 ends they've dropped, they've conceded 8.
But hasn't there been some scoring? I mean, the second half of the game, we've seen a 3, a 4, a 2, a 5, a 4, and a 2. All sword, no shield. Attack.
And it all started when she took her own bowl out.
Yes.
Yep.
You think back to that end. You think back to that end, and it was a major change in the whole complexity of the game. If they had held that end, they'd be in front.
And in front easily.
So we've got 16 minutes to get this end and the next end completed. This is going to be close.
Right down to the wire here.
To get into the final end, that is. I reckon we're going right to the finish line here. This is going to be very interesting.
Now, Val, you'll likely have priority for your cup of coffee, so you'll be right. I just want to make sure that
no, we've got to do the cameras first. We've got to do the cameras. And
another good start by Claire.
There might be some teamwork involved. So one's getting coffee, one's doing cameras, one's doing a tune-up of our next combatants.
Well, as soon as my technical prowess is
limited,
nil,
you're going to say?
Nil, I will go get the coffees.
All right.
Yeah, good correction here, Kristina Hotson.
Oh, this is lovely.
Even better than a good correction. That's a great correction.
Fantastic.
She's done well with her second bowl. It hasn't been super consistent with the first bowl, but the second bowl,
from about end 5 onwards, she's been right in the contest. Claire's been pretty consistent the whole way through. But Lisa, I think's been the
3 points and players player from Michael Sorensen.
Yeah, she's been the most consistent. She's been adding when she's had to add, and she's been converting when she's had to convert. She hasn't been too far away. Even on the end where they dropped the 5, it wasn't because of her bowls. She was actually holding the shot at that stage.
Well, this is very tight here. Bell Mathers has called Colleen onto the backhand.
For the first time this week, we see a couple of clouds just surrounding the Gold Coast.
Not allowed to rain.
They're not menacing clouds.
No.
If there was a law, it would be against it. Raining during the Australian Open.
Of course.
Here we go. In the area again. Just Just running through a little.
Well, look, it's covered the tee. And if there's a...
And there's nothing to say that there won't be a dead end on this.
If there's a good spot for a bad bowl, it's covering the tee. Perhaps second or third prize now. We've seen a bit of adjustment of the line here.
Gonna slip past.
Weight was, well... Even for somebody who plays at Warilla and the beautiful grass and indoor there, this is a quick surface.
The commentator's curse is really coming out here. Well, it's still not a mile away.
No, she's adjusted nicely.
3 seconds there now.
Yeah. That shot bowl there, the dark blue.
Heidi will be trying to... No, they're going to go play the forehand. I would have thought that they'd be trying to play the backhand, just resting those two blue and white bowls, but...
Well, either way, that dark blue Aero Optima of Kristina Hotson needs a friend.
This is not a good line. It's going to be flying, I think.
Yeah, a little lapse in concentration perhaps there. Although she was giving a big fist pump, I don't know what was going on. They're having a lot of fun, if nothing else here.
Which is the main thing. They're down by 2. 3 ends to play, including this one, 2 after
This is on a great track. She grabs that jack. Oh, it just slipped past.
Well, Valfebo, if nothing else, they've given us the most entertaining contest.
They have.
They've kept us guessing.
Some entertaining characters. Yes, if you know what's going to happen next, viewers,
please let us know.
Please let us know.
Or don't. We like a bit of drama.
I just want someone to go out on a limb and say who's going to win this match.
Featherby.
I agree, but I mean, wow. There's been some real twists in this game.
Yeah, you're very brave if you're going to put your name to that.
Look, the way that where they're putting bowls down, but look, you never know. It didn't look like this at 7-1 down after 6 in favour of Lisa Featherby and her team.
An aggressive line here.
Oh, if that holds for the bowl. Oh, hello. Oh, wow. Yes, it's a game of inches, isn't it?
Turn that bowl down. Probably improves it fractionally. The Kristina Hotson bowl, which is shot. I favour that Bell's going to have to play backhand. Draw, Michael Sorensen. Cold, stone cold draw.
You might have to write that down for her.
So we've got T-minus 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Perfect timing, Val, as the announcement comes over the loudspeaker. A 10-minute warning.
10 minutes.
I reckon JR was 9 seconds late on that.
So we've got to finish these 4 bowls plus the next end if we are going to be finishing this match in the full allotment. I have a feeling the next end is going to be the last unless they race through it quickly.
Isn't it interesting, though, because time of game and pace of play are two different things. You know, this game hasn't felt slow.
No.
But there's been some heads, there's been lots of talk, there's been lots of discussion.
Been a few measures.
There's been a lot of measuring. You know, time of game and pace of play are two different things, and so they've kept up a good pace, and we trust for the nearly 2,000 viewers watching us live on YouTube that you're enjoying this contest.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
As we watch Lisa Featherby, she's moved the jack.
1, 2, 3, 4 bowls.
That's huge. So, let's see what Val Mathers can do. She's got this one.
I don't think she'll be short.
One more for Lisa Featherby. She's going to head down the rink as well just to have a look.
Can she grab the jack, Hollywood?
She's close. Well. They will confer.
So 4 shots has been indicated. This could be the final nail in the coffin.
Yep. And Lisa striding back up the green.
If I was Lisa, I would leave room.
Oh, well, Bell's out of ammo, mate.
Well, that's no problem then.
So this is going to be a big collect, which with probably one end to play, I don't think we're getting through.
Yeah, well, that 10-minute warning, I mean, if you're the Mathers team, you are racing through this next end just to give yourself a chance to play the last.
Lisa was a little smart there, just walking up half the green, taking a little bit of time. What is this?
That'll be in for 5, I favour.
And that is the nail in the coffin. 2 taken out. I think they're going to have a look at these. 3 taken out. Will we get a measure?
See, yeah, now, for those that haven't played in timed tournaments and timed games before, these are some areas where you can give yourself an advantage or a disadvantage. You know, they're measuring for 4 or 5. It doesn't really matter. Giving yourself an extra end is more important than whether it's 4 down or 5
they might be
down.
measuring for 6.
But even if it's 5 or 6, it doesn't really matter. If you say, we'll give you 5, let's not stuff around and waste a minute.
And this is what's happening. They've gone, they've only got, there might only be a chance that they've got 6 minutes to complete this final end when we've been going at 7 or 8.
It is 5 shots.
5 to the Featherby combination. They lead at 20-13. Well, we are scoring at a rate of knots. And this could be the last end of the match. We don't quite know.
6 minutes, Val.
They haven't quite picked up the jack yet to roll it, which they'll be doing imminently.
They've rolled it.
They rolled it. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, but it's full length. Again, pretty canny.
Last end.
Pretty canny.
7 and a bit minutes here.
Lisa Featherby's just shown with a few different things in this game. A little bit of taking her time there. When there was the poor bowl played by Belle Mathers that chipped it out, she gave her a little bit of time to think on that and really get in her own head about what was it.
It's a lovely start.
A pretty big error. And now we're seeing full length. This is going to take the longest possible amount of time. She's, Lisa Featherby's played in lots of time games. She knows what she's doing here. And she'd be very happy if this is the last end, because currently with a 7-shot buffer, as Val updates the scoreboard, currently with a 7-shot buffer, we're not going to see an 8.
No.
I know there's a commentator's curse, but we're not going to see an 8.
I'd put $1 on it at the odds that it'd be worth.
You might not even get $1.01 on that. So 15 ends of 4s coming to the conclusion. We may not see the 15th, Val.
Look, we've got 5 minutes or 4 and a bit minutes to get through. I don't think that we're going to be getting there here.
I know we've had our technical issues, Val, but where's our little shot clock gone?
That was on a different program.
Okay.
So, running on a different one. Locke has just gone from strength to strength in his. Bit beyond me.
Yeah, don't ask Val about anything extra, particularly midstream. Imagine.
Come on, Hollywood.
It was just a question. It was just a question.
So, this is getting tricky for this Belle Mathers team. They've got under 4 minutes now to try and finish this end.
Yeah, well, there's 2 different outcomes here, Val. Because
we're not even halfway through, are we?
Because they need to complete the end. They also need to win the end. And realistically, they need to get a number on the end.
They're in a world of hurt.
It's a really tough spot to be.
Especially when you've got bowlers that are just plonking them on like that.
Here's your player's player. She's back.
3 points.
Lisa Brannan.
And only the leads have bowled here, so this is getting dangerous.
Oh, I think we can forget the next end. I think this will be the last end.
Unless they start driving at everything, which I don't think is going to be happening.
Some of these draw shots have been pretty heavy.
3 minutes to go. It's going to be very touch and go here.
Well, we're currently seeing 3 shots being held by the Featherby combination. And that's likely to be enough. Even if this end is completed, 3 shots would become a 10-shot buffer, meaning that the Featherby team cannot be beaten even if the last end is played. Oh, there's a grumpy dog just turned up.
Saw a little...
Another dog.
2 little ones having a crack at each other. Don't you love it?
So now...
Overcorrection there from Colleen. Colleen has played some telling bowls in this contest.
So we are sitting with 2 minutes on the clock. This end will be the last. I dare say if the greens are running at 15 seconds, you know, that's 4 bowlers. I think we've still got 8 to go, plus the changeover.
Is this what you like when you're waiting for killer on a Thursday afternoon, or?
No, I like to see a full allotment of ends gone through.
This is a good line.
We want to see more bowls.
Very good line. Just heavy.
Yeah. Been really challenging today with the speed of this green to get one's pace consistent.
It's only going to get quicker. A little bit of shade from the clouds will hold it a little bit. Another good bowl coming in here.
Makes the potential for sunburn a little bit lower as well.
Yeah.
Oh, actually increases it.
Hollywood. Well, it is if you're a bit more casual about your application of sunscreen, perhaps. So big bowl needed here from Heidi. We're inside the final minute.
We are, and the changeover will come. So they might.
There's a big rub. Oh, she's got it.
Oh, got it.
Oh, no. No, no, no.
Wow. See, the thing that could come back to bite them is, could you imagine they get a little score here?
Yep.
And could have given themselves a chance with the final end. And this is where it just gets heartbreaking, because they're not going to get there.
Especially in these time games, you should be aware of your surroundings and where you're at when it comes to the bell, especially in a close game.
Hooter is about to go.
So all the other contests on this green are on their final end, so they will be completed. Haven't heard the hooter yet.
Yeah. There it is. Was that it?
I heard something. I'm sure JR will be around presently. But as it stands, it's currently 1 shot to Team Mathers. Was as blessed as the Pope sneezed, that bowl. Getting a great rub. Up to the jack. As now we have seen everything, Hollywood.
No, she's...
Spells drop short.
No, she's jack high. This is close to the draw. Can't say that she hasn't given the bowls a chance.
So 1 shot, if it remains like this, the margin would be 6, which again is tough.
But what worries me is, was that the hooter?
I'd say it'd have to have been.
Pretty sure it was.
Have to have been.
Message John Roberts just to see if it was the hooter.
So we've seen Lisa go screaming through there. She was trying to get that bowl out or get a kill. Kill would have been a great result.
So this will be it. Final bowl of the match.
And the girls shake hands.
One it is, I think. Hang on. They're not putting the mat back down, are they? I think this has been timed. So I think it's over.
Well,
hold on.
If they get started, look, we'll leave it in the hands of the umpires because we're here, we're streaming, and the jack has been rolled.
Yeah, well, they've rolled it. So
they might get away with it. As it stands, we are going to see the last end get played.
But I'm positive the hooter went off.
We may not get our morning tea at all, Val. So as it stands, it's Team Featherby, 20 shots. Team Mathers, 14. We're into the last end. So possible that they haven't heard the... Possible that they haven't heard the hooter here. So
is this going to make...
well, we'll leave it in the hands of the umpires.
Yeah,
is all we can do.
John Roberts, tournament director, is going to come out now and have a word to them, but I'm not sure if this end will count. Hooter did go, confirmed. That was the hooter that we did here. So at the moment, it's 20-14. That's the score after 14 ends. But we'll see what the go is now.
Yeah, the challenge for us, and it's not that we don't want to bring you this extra content, viewers, is that we have to reset the cameras because we will be transitioning to be playing north-south. And the next game starts in just 25 minutes' time. So the players are entitled to have a break between games. We're entitled to get the camera set up for you for the next game. And if Val doesn't get a cup of coffee, he may explode.
No, I'd be...
Yeah, so John Roberts has just come past, our tournament director, and he's talking with the players now, so you can see at the top of the screen, the hooter has gone, and so...
Yep, they're calling it.
They're calling it. So the final score, Val?
20-14 is the final score. We're going to wrap up here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. It is a win to the Lisa Featherby skipped team. Sanders, Brannan, Warburton and Featherby, they get the job done. Nick Hine and Michael Hollywood Sorensen, we're going to get the cameras sorted for the next session. Thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you.
Well done, mate.